Hi, thanks, Oleg. Hello, everybody. Nice to have you here. Today, starting with the presentation of me telling you how Helsinki is a city for a good life. So my name is Anu Koski. I work for Helsinki Partners, and our job is to promote Helsinki and tell how good place it is to work and live, and that's what I'm here to do today. Let's jump right into to the city. Here we are exposing the secrets of Helsinki. Many people don't really know that much about the city, and that it's a very good place to really live a good normal everyday life, and everyone create the life that looks like themselves. So first of all, we can celebrate the stress-free morning commutes, and some people say that the morning commute is the best part of the day. For me as well, I'm living rather in the city center, and it takes me around 30 minutes to walk to work, and that's what I'm enjoying. Always like this transition from home to the office. So I'm a very much of an office person myself. I used to live for over 15 years in Berlin, moved back here 4 years ago. And this is something that I really enjoy, that makes my everyday life so much better. I don't have to spend hours in sitting crowded trains and commuting. So this is something wonderful. Here is an example also what makes your morning commutes stress-free, so people take care of the streets. Last winter, you didn't have to worry, even though it was snowing, if you're able to leave your home in the morning. So people are taking care of the city very well. Yeah, we ask what is the work-life balance? Well, here in Helsinki, it's no juggle. So we are one of the best cities in the world for the work-life balance, and of course the number one country for the happiness in the world for the 6 times in a row. So one of the main reasons for that is that we usually work from 8 till 4 or 9 till 5, and then the work is done, and then we can enjoy everything that comes outside of work. And here a picture of kids playing outside. So like, of course, then women have as good chances to build their career as men do, because the public daycare system and the schooling system works very well, and people are equal in the working places also. This is a representation. So when it comes to work-life culture, we are flat inside out, which means that we don't really care too much of a hierarchy on a workplace. So you can call your boss by his first name or her first name, and everybody can drink coffee together. And then if there's something you need to speak to the CEO, they are very accessible also. So very flat working culture, especially in the gaming industry in particular. So all in all, but then in the gaming even more so. And then many companies even have the policy of taking the shoes off in the lobby, and people running in their socks and woolen socks and slippers, which is also kind of a nice representation of this very flat hierarchy. What does good life mean to me personally? So definitely the nature and the sea play a huge role in my life. And when after living in a bigger city, the access to the sea and the breathing the fresh air, and just like it gives you a certain kind of perspective on things, so calms you down. And every time I'm feeling a bit stressed, the sea always helps. And And since Helsinki is so nicely located, everyone can access the sea within 10 minutes. So um, a very, very good place for the nature lovers. Here we have these guys picking mushrooms in the forest. Looks like they're somewhere deep, deep in, but it's actually just a few kilometers from the city center where the nature area starts. And you can just walk there or bicycle and just enjoy a bit of a calming nature time. Of course, we can't talk about Finland or Helsinki without raising the our most important work-life balance thing, which is sauna. Sauna is the probably the only international Finnish word used worldwide, and we embrace the one Nordic quirks. It's also very nice that many apartment buildings have in their cellar a common sauna, or many newer apartment buildings have actually an own sauna in their apartment, which is also very, very nice. But then if you want to have it communal, like meeting people, it's also a very good place for that. So in the city center, there are many public saunas that you can just pop in and enjoy, and also meet new people. So sauna for the Finns is not only about relaxation, but it's also a very, very social um, activity that we like to do. Then, of course, after the sauna, you have a possibility to go and have a cold dip. This is actually my colleague in her, which is her like everyday hobby, doing in the wintertime this kind of a cold dip now and then. I myself, I can do it after sauna, but not without sauna. But she's hardcore and she can do it even without going to sauna first. Well, Helsinki, it's not just like nature, even though I really like for my well-being, it has a big part. But of course, the urban culture in the capital city is very important for the curious minds. We are very well known for design and architecture, and it can be found everywhere in Helsinki. So no matter where you go, you somehow have these contrasts, and it is a very, very interesting city, a combination of traditional and newer architecture. And here in the in the middle of the city is this rather new building. It's our new central library, Oodi, which is somehow uh, embracing everything that Finland and Helsinki is. Libraries are very important to us, also for the curious minds, not only as a place for reading, but meeting people, drinking coffee, playing games. They even have sewing machines that make your clothes there. They have 3D printers that you can rent. They have music studios and instruments that you can borrow, and everything is for free. So kind of like our living room in a way, and open every day, accessible to everybody. So very, very deeply rooted in the city culture. Then, of course, we can talk about sauna, very, very fundamental thing of a Finnish and Helsinki culture. Korvapuusti, the cinnamon bun, another one. I strongly recommend you to discover your own kind. So we have very, very many cafes in the city center and around the neighborhoods, and many of them have their own cinnamon bun. So this is kind of a fun thing to do, that when you come to the city, you go through the cafes and then you discover the one bun that you really love. And then that is your go-to place after that. We even have a day for the cinnamon bun, which is in October. So something to wait for in the autumn time. Here I want to mention myhelsinki.fi, which is our crown jewel in a way that there you can find everything, inspiration and information concerning what is happening in Helsinki. So throughout the seasons, but also like everyday events. If you were looking for, okay, where do I want to go today? myhelsinki.fi has the events section, and you can find there things to do. But they have like a, all the good restaurants and cafe tips, theaters, museums are listed there. And then we have the concept of local guides. So we have different articles where local people like really recommend their tips for things to do. So everything is built on the point of view from people living here. So it's not an artificial place where some kind of made up recommendations are made, but they are all real stories. Here a picture of very, very brave people drinking tea outside, even though there is snow on the ground. I want to bring up the creativity part. So it's rather surprising how much activities you can do in your free time. So there are different kinds of hobbies. There are all kinds of activities that you can do that are offered in Finnish and in English. You can find your new thing that you would like to learn and do, and then this is like something people really get into deep and really like want new things. I'm talked about this a bit in the beginning of my presentation about the stress-free morning commutes, but I really want to still come back to the city of. So the city is very, very compact and accessible. So just walking through and driving by bike, you are very fast everywhere. And then in the summer, in the beginning of April until end of May, we have the city bike system. So you don't have to own a bike. You can buy a season ticket, which is around 30 euros, and then you can use the yellow bikes that are all over the city. So you can just take one and then drive from one place to another and then put it on the station, and that's it. And what I really like about this is that we have these stations everywhere in the city. So it's not like that you have to know exactly where it is, because they are everywhere. So this is made very, very easy to use. Here, this guy has a red bike, so this is not the city bike that I'm talking about, but you can definitely just when you go the streets now, you can see them used everywhere. So we are a city that keeps you on the move. I am really happy that now it's almost May and the summer season is starting and people are spending a lot of time outside in events. So almost every day there is one kind of event taking place outside. People really celebrate the sunniest and lightest of the year. Here is the picture of the Flow Festival, which is an internationally well-known music festival, always taking place in August, but you don't have to wait until then. Now the city is starting to boom. Summertime is really something to look forward to. You can follow us like My Helsinki channels in all the most known social media. So we are not yet, but you can find us on Instagram, on Facebook and Twitter. And now since I'm a bit, I was a bit concerned about the connection and how well it's working. So I'm not any video for you today, but you can find a lot of like stories told by expats living now in Helsinki, and how they find it, like how they really really found their point of view and their aspect of what makes the good life for them. So I really really recommend to follow us on social media, and especially then on YouTube. There is at least 30 My Freedom stories that where people are telling about how they find freedom and how they find good life in Helsinki. So definitely worth checking it out. And here also a special occasion. We are running a campaign at the moment, which is called Helsinki Exposed. And here is the website, which is exposed.myhelsinki.fi. And this is a campaign where we're really revealing all the Helsinki secrets. So everything I've been telling you now today. So you can find more information on the website. But then first and foremost, you can find 16 companies presenting their open jobs. So all the 16 companies are collected on this landing page, and you can find links to their open positions. We have some gaming companies there, but then also like a lot of people looking for people with good ICT skills. So maybe something worth checking out. The campaign is running still by till the end of May, so you have plenty of time to go through the different options that are listed there. And there's also one inspirational video of one international talent who has decided to live in Helsinki. And also you get a glimpse of how the city will look like in a month. So it was last beginning of as we made the video, and the greenery of the city is very well represented there. So yeah, that was me telling you a bit about Helsinki as a city for a good life. Thank you so much, Kiitos, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming you to Helsinki. And please, like I said, check out the websites that I mentioned here. So a lot of valuable inspiration and information there. Well, thank you again. Kiitos.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you, Anu. We might take one more question, and then I'm going to ask you to stay. There are more questions coming in. But is it enough to speak only English, or is it worth learning basic Finnish for social settings?
Yeah, it is exactly like that. So many people, like all the gaming companies and people like the organization around ICT, are definitely using English as their working language. So for the work, you are very well manageable, like everything works in English, and also like everyday life, everything, all the information is out there in English. But of course, if you for the social situations and for the integration, maybe at some point learning Finnish or even Swedish, which is the second official language, is recommendable but not needed.
Thank you very much, Anu.